Hey everyone, it's Cargo Bike Cowboy. I'm out for a ride today on this cloudy, little windy day, overcast, no sun. Still, at least I'm riding, and that's really all that matters to me. I wanted to make a video for you today about increasing your chances to survive in any, we'll say, bad situation. I see a lot of videos on YouTube about people lost in the woods. Sometimes they're never found. Sometimes they are, but they're dead. So let's talk about that. Whenever you go venturing into a big forest, a big forested area, you should never go in there empty-handed. And even more than that, if you don't have any skills for surviving in the wilderness, then you should work on that. I mean, lots of people like to go hiking, and some people are just starting out, but you should have basic survival skills. And I think one of the most basic ones you should have is fire making. That's really important. Fire gives you warmth. It can keep large predators away. Gives you ability to boil and clean water. Also gives you ability to cook food. And just a general sense of security if you're lost. But my main point that I want to make in this video about being lost is your mindset. If you watch a lot of shows and videos about wilderness survival with these various people, a lot of what you see on TV is just not good advice. And the main thing that people do when they get lost is they tend to panic. And all panic's going to do is get you more lost, or get you dead, or severely injured. So the first thing you want to do, let's say you're in a large forest, maybe a national park, and you're out there hiking, and somehow, some way, you end up lost. You lose the trail, whatever the situation is, and you just realize that suddenly you are lost. Don't panic, okay? Remain calm. Panic's not, don't run over here and run over there trying to find the trail. Stop right where you're at. Excuse me. Stop right where you're at and sit down. Just have a seat. Breathe, relax, and just accept. Just accept that you're lost. Say, okay, I'm lost. And realize that you're intelligent. Realize that just because you're lost doesn't mean you're screwed. It doesn't mean you're going to die. You're just lost. Okay, no big deal. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to reach in your pockets, take everything out of your pockets, and put it on the ground in front of you and see what you got. So let's do that. And I did not load up my pockets with anything other than what I normally carry every day. Okay, so this is what I have in my pockets right here. This is what I had. I got a pair of gloves. I have a fixed blade knife, pack of smokes, put a lighter. I have a Swiss Army knife. I have a ferronesium rod with a striker. I got some keys. There's a little bit of 550 cord right there, and my wallet, and my phone case. That's pretty much what I have in my pockets every day. So At least I have a knife and a way to make fire. 2 ways to make fire, because I have a lighter right here. So now, the possibility for me to survive is pretty good, because I have a tool, and I have 2 ways to make fire. Plus I have an extra spare knife right there, and I do have a little bit of cordage. So, just take a mental note of what you have. That's the first thing. Thinking is what most people fail to do when they're lost. So I have a pretty good fair amount of stuff to survive, and I have a good mental attitude. I'm not panicking. That's most important. Let's put all this back in my pockets here. All right, so now we know we have a few basic items. Now what I want you to do is I want you to stand up and see if you can see your footprints in the dirt. Now if you don't have any tracking skills, none at all, then this part may not work for you. They say the best thing to do is remain where you are and wait for help. If you have your cell phone and you got a signal, then it's easy. You start dialing. Call your family, call your friends, call 911, whatever you have to do to get help. If you don't have a cell phone signal, you can try to retrace your steps. You could try to look on the earth and see if you can follow your footprints slowly, patiently back to the main trail. But if you have no wilderness experience, if you have no tracking skills, that may not be an easy thing for you. The other thing you have to consider is what time of the year it is. What elevation are you at? What is the weather called for that day? Did you check it before you left? Is it going to rain? Is it going to snow possibly? You have to think about all these things. You know, where are you at? Are you in Colorado? Are you in Utah? All these things come into play. And you should always know, what the weather is. Do you have a map? Did you bring a map of the area? Do you have a compass? These are all things to consider. But keeping calm is key to getting out of any bad situation. You have to remain calm. Panic will only get you hurt. And if you are alone and you have a serious injury like a compound fracture because you ran panicking and tripped over something, or you fell and hit your head and now you got a concussion, now your situation's even worse. So always remain calm. Develop a calm mindset. It's very, very important. Now let's talk about if you are going to go into the wilderness. Okay? If I'm going to go into any large wilderness, one thing, I will not go into large wilderness without a few basic things. One thing is a water bottle of some type. I like stainless steel, anything that's stainless steel. I don't like plastic. I like stainless steel. So I would have a water bottle. The other thing I would have is a good knife. The one I showed you earlier, that little buck knife, that's just a little, I like this. This is a Condor knife. It's made of carbon steel. It's got a good leather sheath. It's my bushcraft knife. I would have this with me. I would have a folding saw. Not going into the wilderness for any length of time without a good folding saw. The other thing I would have inside this bag is a rain suit. It's a Frog Tog rain suit. Doesn't matter what brand it is, but I would have rain gear. Rain gear, you can put it on and it'll block the wind. And if it starts raining and your clothes get all wet, you're just going to be in a worse situation, especially if it's in cooler temperatures. Rain suit is good to block the wind, keep you dry. I would also have military canteen. And I'll tell you why I like military gear, because it's rugged, it's tough. Inside this, you can keep, right in here, I have this is a twig stove. It's collapsible. What this allows me to do is boil water. Let's put it together real quick. Very simple the way it goes together. I've demonstrated this in previous videos. There. Got the stove. Got the cross pieces. Okay. So now I have a little stove. Feed the sticks in through there, get the fire going. You got a little stove. You got your military canteen, which is stainless steel. I do not like plastic. Stainless steel. Worst comes to worst, I could boil some water in there, but if you buy a military canteen, you can also get stainless steel cup with a lid. Goes right on top. Now I can boil up water. I can cook some pine needle tea. If I catch a fish, find some wild herbs, chives, onions, whatever. I can make something to eat. I can cook something to eat in here. I don't have a spoon, but I have a knife. I can make a spoon. It's not like I have to whittle something real fancy. I just have to whittle something that'll get the food from the pot to my mouth. And if I can't do that, I can even eat with my fingers. It doesn't matter as long as I'm putting calories back in. Also in here, I have another ferro rod. And I have a pocket bellows. And all this really is, it's like the old collapsible antenna. But you use this to get a fire going even when the wood's wet. You blow in this end, it necks down. You see how it gets smaller? And that just makes the air you're blowing out. Plus you don't have to put your face right next to the fire. But I've got wet wood going with this before. This is a real handy thing. It's the V3 Pocket Bellows. I ordered it on Amazon. It's not expensive. It's in a nice little case. And it works really well. Now all these tools and little gizmos are great. But if you don't have the knowledge to use them, and you don't have enough knowledge to rely on, then all of it's pretty useless. And all the gear in the world won't save you if you don't have any skills in the wild. You've got to have wilderness skills. You've got to develop them. If you're going to be going into wilderness areas, you need to have wilderness skills. Now this is the basic of what I would take into a wilderness area. But in all reality, I have this bag. I'm not going to even tell you what's in here. It doesn't matter. What's in this bag was purchased and put in here for my skill sets. If you don't have my skill sets, it would do you no good to build this bag like mine. It would be absolutely useless to you. You have to build the bag according to what skill sets you have so that you have the proper tools. The other thing you can do is start educating yourself, and I recommend Ray Mears. He's an Englishman, he's a bushcraft guy, and even he'll tell you, all the gear in the world won't save you without any knowledge. So if you're going to go into a big, vast wilderness, even on a day hike, you could take all this right here, throw it in one backpack, one small backpack, You don't have to carry no big hiking backpack, but one bag, and put that on you. But don't put everything in your bag, because if you lost that bag, carry a knife on you, carry a fire starter on you, carry a water bottle on you, on your person, separate from your bag. You know how they say don't put all your eggs in one basket? That's what it means. Don't put everything you need to survive in one bag, because if you drop that bag rolls down a hill, falls off a cliff, you're screwed. You could have the canteen. I mean, if you got the canteen, you don't necessarily have to have a water bottle, because you got a canteen full of water. But I want a canteen full of water and a water bottle full of water. That way when I boil up more water, I can fill this up, and once I'm done boiling enough water, I'll have all of this to drink and a canteen full of water to drink. Because water is very, very important. You can survive a long time without eating, but you can't survive long without hydration. And in the winter, they say you need even more water than you do in the summer, because there's no humidity in the air. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. That's just what they say. But remember, remain calm. That's the most important thing. Your mindset, the way your mind works, your ability to remain calm and think your way out of any situation is what will get you through. Don't panic. That's my little video I wanted to make for keeping alive in a bad situation. It doesn't have to be lost in the woods either. It could be any bad situation. Remaining calm, assessing your situation, accept your situation. Not accepting it is not going to make it go away. Just accept it, remain calm, and think what you need to do. This is Cargo Bike Cowboy. I'm signing out.